Tomorrow, yeah.
Yes. What's tomorrow, Laura? Hi, everyone.
Hi. Book number 4 for Ivy and Bean comes out.
That's so amazing. Way to go, Samantha R. Silverstone.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Sorry we're late. I got the COVID shot. I highly encourage you to do the same. And the flu. Go team. So, sorry to be late. Had to work late and then got the shotsies. Let's say hi to people because Laura wrote some amazing prompts for us. Hey, Labyrinth, welcome. Mama Maggie, hello. How is my friend? Regina, I hope you're feeling okay. Hey, JC, how are you, my friend? They're saying hello to each other. Let's see. Be gentle, be good to yourself. Yes, JC does understand his chronic pain, so gets it, feels it. Nia, hello. Gonna get to see Nia tomorrow night, so join us for AuthorTubers React at 6:30 my time. No, did we just do this backstage? 6:30 their time, 5:30 my time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I think.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Nia will confirm. Fail me. Stephanie, we love you. Could not join us on live, but love Stephanie. Hello. She gave us some steam last week. It was
yes.
Sometime I'm gonna give it to Laura to read. Just so I can see the many shades of Brett Laura will take on. Hey Morgan, how are you, friend? Probably working, but I told Morgan that if it's a slow night, come hang out.
Anna.
Come right on.
If I read it, I will turn into sriracha mayo.
Yeah, you will. Oh, mayo, good ending. Okay, I see it.
I'm naturally mayo.
Yeah, well, the lights lie. Deidre, hi friends. I can't. Oh, hi. That's right. Deidre's Hubs' birthday is tonight. So happy birthday, Deidre's Hubs. Joanne, welcome. Hey friend. Cool gamer. Good to see you, bud. Hello. All right, let's see. We made it. We did it. I am so excited about these prompts. We have 2 from last week and a fresh one. So it's Laura, it's your night. You wanna just lead with the fresh one?
Sure.
Okay.
So
wow them.
The brand new prompt is: the power goes out. You and your roommate must share the only candle in the apartment, a scented one. Phones are off to preserve batteries. Can you both keep your feelings in check?
Love it. Love it. All right, let's see for what do we want to do. Let's do like a few minutes. Let's see some ideas. Where are you going with it? Because I told Laura I had an idea for younger, like maybe a sweet thing for YA age. Maybe NA. Is college NA? I always get confused.
Yes.
Okay, maybe it's NA.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
So it could go like, I don't know, it's your childhood friend that you decided to room with, or it could be
something, you know what I mean? Like a cabin at camp was where I thought of like band camp, which is very my experience.
I was thinking more like college roommate.
Oh, okay. Oh, like friends to lovers.
Yeah, or it's like the person that you've crushed on and it is randomly assigned as your dorm mate.
Oh.
I don't know. Could be.
Like maybe they saw each other at like orientation or something. And there's like, oh, Laura, this is why you're so talented. This is why I do this. So I get my ideas from Laura. Steal them.
Steal all. Yeah.
Let's see.
Is the
that's fun. I like that.
Is a magic candle that's an aphrodisiac.
Laura. So it's left there by like some fae or something that like put a spell on it.
Or they got it from a mystic shop.
Oh, I love it. Yes, like went in for crystals and came out with, bum chicka bow wow candle.
Is somebody having a nightmare and so you guys must stay in the same bed together with the one candle to ride out the night?
A storm.
Yeah.
Okay. And it doesn't have to be romance. There are no rules here. It is the After Dark show. We're both trying. Well, Laura is already publishing short romance, but I'm trying to write them. But no rules. You can write whatever you want. We'll gladly read it and want to hear it. But we try to lean romance. It's after dark, so you can write what you want, say what you want. In fact, but Laura still is going to write for kids and query. But to see where Stephanie Backus would have said we were 2 years ago in the stories we wanted to write to where we are now, wowza, we've come a long way. But write whatever you want. Romance is great. And don't forget the rules. If you want to come up and read, happy to have you on. You just have to go to Instagram or for either Laura or me and shoot us a message and we will shoot you a link and you can join us and read. Otherwise, shoot us your story and we will read it on air. Hello, Christian. Welcome, friend. How are you doing?
Stephanie says, roommate you couldn't stand, but you see them in a new light, in the candlelight.
Oh, see, Stephanie. Good. Love it. Here we go. Oh, my short parent almost over 10K and I'll be lucky if it stays under 15. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, that's good to know.
Okay, so mine count as a 1 hour read, and mine are only 6.5K.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to try to end up around 9.
I think it depends on your formatting as well for your pages, because
I just bought Vella.
mine's like 38 pages long, and it's 6.5K.
Oh, okay.
And it's a 1 hour read.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I just bought Vella because I read a million reviews and was finally like, I'm just going to do it. So I was just going to, I haven't even gotten to that part. I'm in Word. So, okay. Interesting. Formatting changes. It makes sense though. Okay. What do you use to format? Do you use a program? We're way off.
I use Readsy. So
really?
On Readsy, they basically have a free version of Scrivener.
Really?
That you can automatically format and export as a EPUB or a PDF.
Okay. That's major. Love that.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just get us all set here. Okay. I have a timer on my phone, so if I mute you all so I can focus, I will not lose you and forget to come back. And then I will pull up a timer. How long do you want to go, team?
You want to do a full 30?
I'm all about 30, or even I could do 35. Like, depends. I mean, how much people want to write, but I am in. 30 is fine with me. What sort of theme? I guess it's fall, isn't it? Oh, that's my 15. Laura.
Spooky season is upon us. It is nigh.
It is. I hate you, YouTube, for putting commercials on her. That isn't fair. Unless you're going to pay my friend, quit
Do you
it.
want me to pull up a timer? I have Prime, or whatever it is called. Premium, so they don't get ads.
I mean, you can. I'm able to skip, though. I love this apothecary. This is spooky.
Yes.
Okay, I've got 3009 on the board. 3535. Are we giving that to the lady with the birthday husband? Because I could get down with that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. I am ready.
Other way.
Oh, thank you, Laura. It's been a day, friends. Been a day. 30. Oh. We're going to say 31. That's close. Close enough. 33. All right. Are we ready to go? Let me put the prompt back up. The power goes out. You and your roommate must share the only candle in the apartment, a scented one. Phones are off to preserve batteries. Can you both keep your feelings in check? And go. I needed more time. Rah.
But
Okay.
you got more time with this super long ads.
Did we have an ad when I went and ate a taco?
We had two.
Oh shit! and then I was writing with my thing. I'm sorry. I had the alarm. My bad.
That's all good.
Sorry, everyone. I ate a taco at the beginning. We had some people pop in. Hey, Nick. Mama Maggie went to bed. Hey, friend. Just Eva came. Hello, Just Eva. I'm going to read that in a second, Eva. Katie, hey, friend. Welcome back. Our co-host from last week. Find those links for Katie and in the box from last week. Stephanie got 833 words. I think I saw Regina said 1090. That's like awesome sauce. That's sad I had extra time and I still didn't finish. Yes. Please do. Thank you. I feel like I should give Laura mine because it has so much bad language in it.
Oh no.
No, that's okay. I'll read it. But I thought about sending it to you to be like, you read it. How'd you do, Laura?
692.
692. Way to go. Love that. Let me see. I didn't finish, but I got pretty much where I wanted to go. It looks like I have 421. So mine's a little short, but fun. Okay, so let me pull up Instagram and grab.
I got Christians.
Oh, good. Okay. I have Joanne's. Let's see here. Got Joanne's. Okay, good. We're set. Oh, Eva, I see you emailed. I will email you back or message you back. I just opened for the first time in days. Hello, Heather. Welcome. And get it on the day job. I just got here from my day job. Hello. Okay. I have Joanne's. You have Christian's. Do we want to start with theirs? Do you want to read yours? What do you want to do? Read theirs first?
Sure.
Yeah, let's give the audience. Oh, yay! Steph will come on live. I'm going to give her the link. I can't believe I'm going to read mine in front of Stephanie. This is embarrassing.
I'll read Christians right now.
Okay, go.
The rain outside pelted the window violently. Thunder rumbled as Gavin shivered. Was he afraid of storms? A phobia, perhaps? Are you scared? Lucien asked. A thunder? No. Gavin shook his head, scoffing at the ridiculous idea. Just then the lights flickered out, and they didn't come back on like last time. Do you have a candle? Lucien asked. It might be best to preserve our phone batteries for a while. Always fucking prepared, aren't you? Gavin grumbled. Like some twisted Boy Scout. He gestured half-heartedly at the drawer in the kitchen. Lucien moved through the darkness, easier than Gavin could have. Vampires had excellent sight in the dark, but humans did not. The candle would make it a little more comfortable so that they could see each other. He may not know everything about his fellow detective yet, but he did know that he didn't like to be in any way vulnerable. He was doing this for Gavin's benefit so that he might be slightly less grumpy. He lit the candle and they both sat down on the couch, settling the candle on the coffee table in front of them. What do we do now? Gavin asked. We're supposed to be looking over the case file. It will be better to look at the photos in proper lighting, Lucien recommended. I'm sure the electricity will come back on soon. For now, let's just pass the time. What do we do without our phones? We can have a conversation, Lucien said. About what? Lucien shrugged. Anything you want. Okay, Gavin said, sitting up straighter and turning to face him. Let's talk about why you pulled that stupid stunt earlier. Lucien raised an eyebrow. I do not remember doing anything stupid. You know what I mean, Gavin insisted, raising his voice a little in frustration. I told you to run and you didn't. You came back for me and almost got your ass shot. Lucien considered the proper way to respond to the unexpected outburst. I couldn't leave you. Why not? We don't even like each other. It's true that they had never gotten along, but maybe that is starting to change. Maybe he was seeing Gavin in a new light lately. I just couldn't. For someone so smart, you can be so fucking stupid. Lucien braced himself for a punch or a slap, but it never came. Instead, Gavin grabbed him by his blazer and pulled him close. Their lips crashed together. Lucien tensed for a moment at the unexpected contact, then melted into Gavin's embrace. The kiss was as passionate and as intense as the storm raging outside. I hate you, Gavin said breathlessly, pulling back just enough to speak. No, you don't, Lucien replied. No, I don't, Gavin admitted.
I love it. Hi, Stephanie. Hi.
Hi,
Christian,
y'all.
I loved it. I'm going to throw up these comments real quick. It has some hints of spice. I loved it. I'm loving the language because I did a language thing myself. Katie Ann loves the sassy banter. Totally agree. That's what I was saying about the dialogue is so fun. Expected a punch, got a kiss. Their intuition is weak. I love the trope of an enemy coming back to help the other. Yeah, I do too. I know. It's not. It doesn't seem like it ever happened to me in real life, but I do love the trope. Cute. I hate you. No, you don't. No, I don't. So good. Agree. Christian, loved it. Loved it. Hi, Steph.
Hey, y'all.
How are you?
I
What's
missed all of that. Not a lot.
Are we getting spicy? Like, what's the spice level?
It is not. So I tried something really unexpected for me. I wrote a story without any dialogue.
Wow.
Which is, you all know me. I don't do a lot of dialogue stories.
Wow.
So only one perspective, fully all the way through. And not a lot of spice, but a nice ending, I think.
A happy ending, if you will.
I don't know if I go that far. We'll see.
I mean, it's romance, so it's gotta,
It is.
All right. Well, wowz us. Hit us with it.
Right. I typed the code in the door lock and turned the handle, but the door didn't open. Seriously? I dug in my purse for my keys and found them in the bottom corner under my wallet and bottle of water with a gum wrapper wrapped around one of the keychains. I put the key in the lock and manually opened the door. Why do we have technology if it isn't going to work? Huh. The light switch isn't working either. I bet he didn't pay the bill again. I Venmo'd him the money last week. What excuse is he going to give me this time? There he is, sitting on the couch with, wait, is that my candle? Did he take my candle from my bedroom and light it? I sniffed the air and confirmed he took my apple cider donut candle off my table. How dare he touch my stuff? I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. I'm going to tell him he can't just go into my room and take my stuff. There are perfectly good candles. Wait, that might be the only one left. It's been a while since I restocked the candles. I guess I can't really blame him for taking it so he had sunlight. He didn't pay the bill, though. He deserves my ire for that still. He looks up as I sit down on the couch next to him and nods toward the window that overlooks our neighborhood. I look and see nothing but darkness. It looks like a scene from one of those disaster movies outside where there's nothing but darkness for miles because whatever disaster struck left nothing but darkness in its wake. Guess he didn't forget to pay the bill after all. I can't believe he's trying to read by candlelight. What's he reading? I lean forward to see. He notices my nosiness and shows me the cover, The Shining. Of course he's reading Stephen King in a power outage. He's so predictable. Why did I let him move in anyway? I was doing my old roommate a favor by letting her boyfriend move in while she was in Paris studying, but I should have kicked him out when they broke up. Since then, he's been a revolving door of a different woman every night. I'm surprised he's not taking advantage of the darkness to bring in another woman. It's not like he'll remember her name in the morning anyway. What's that smell? I only start to get whiffs of it when I sit down. Whatever it is, it's swirling in the air with the scent of the candle, and it smells good. He nods toward the bottle of wine on the coffee table as if to ask if I want a glass. Of course I want a glass. Why does he even think he needs to ask? I nod and he gets up. As he gets up, I realize the smell was him. I don't know what cologne he has on, but it smells good. Really good. It makes me think of a cool fall evening, a fire pit, jeans and sweaters. I don't know why it makes me feel so good, but it does. He hands me a glass of the wine. I feel my tension toward him ease with just the first sip. I get my Kindle out of my bag and start to read, but within moments, the screen flickers and goes dark. Dead. I sigh and take another sip of the wine. I put my feet up on the couch cushion between us and close my eyes. I feel his hands brush the bottom of my foot, causing my muscles to twitch, tickling me. I look and see that he's taking my socks off. He takes my right foot in his hand, rubbing it gently. The massage goes deeper as he pushes into my heel. I close my eyes again, basking in the glory of this massage. When he finishes my left foot and places it back on the center cushion, I open my eyes and look at him. His face is different in the light of the candle. His jaw is more defined, the shadows playing tricks on my brain. Am I actually attracted to him? Gross. He probably has a girl on the way here right now, and yet I'm drawn to him in this light. I sit up and put my feet back on the ground. I move to the cushion that had been between us. My hand brushes his. He turns and tucks my hair behind my ear. I think I am definitely attracted to him. What is happening? His hands are on the side of my face, his fingers twisting in the air as it sits on my neck. My breathing deepens. He leans forward and blows out the 3 wicks of the candle, and darkness envelopes the apartment, but the fire between us continues burning bright.
Wowza. I think you nailed it.
Very nice.
Yeah, we got to read you some of these because everybody felt some kind of way about the cider donut candle. Glorious sin choice, not the cider donut candle.
Exactly. It's the one
Predictable man behavior. This was also good. The tea about the breakup. Loved it. Weak for a man who smells good. Who isn't? JC was like, oh, okay. Yeah, we were all enjoying. And then again, yeah. Okay. Such a good ending. Yeah, you nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Non-hearing POV. Oh, I didn't think of that. That's really interesting. That's fun. I like that. Yeah, right? Damn, Stephanie. I loved it. Great job. Way to go, friend. You just whipped that up.
Just whipped it up.
Boom. Fun exercise. I'm going to have to try that. It's scary. It had to be a little scary, right?
It was. And there were so many times that I was like, what would you say in this moment? And then I was like, no, that's not what this is about.
Well, and I was expecting at some point, like, his dialogue somehow, but I don't know. You didn't even have to. It was perfect. It was all reaction. I loved it.
Yeah.
Fun.
Thanks.
Love that. Yeah. Well, see, Laura, we got her anyway.
Yay!
You'll get me for a full episode soon.
Yeah. Whenever you don't have like kid, husband, life stuff, school.
Yeah, I'm actually at licensing school for the church this weekend, which is why I'm in a hotel and not normally where I normally sit. And then the next few weeks will be crazy, but after that I'll open up some time.
Yay! I can't believe the church thing, and then I'm gonna read what I wrote.
Are you kidding? I was actually like, how many of these videos show up if you Google me?
Agree with that. No, let's hope not. I mean, yeah. I mean, you may have some reactions.
I'm gonna have to make Barrett remove all of my socials from any video I've hosted.
I can do that.
From the comments.
I can do that. Oh yeah. Okay, loved it. That was wonderful. Way to go. Nailed it.
Thanks, y'all. Can't wait to hear your stories.
Yay. Thanks for coming.
See you later. Fun. Have you ever done that? Like no dialogue?
Yes.
I have never done that. That's fun. I need to do that. Okay, you're cool kids. Okay, let me read Joanne's and then we'll read ours. Okay. Are you ready? Shit. Nessa swore as the power in her dorm room went out. She'd rather go through Xavier's terrible baking puns than this. Anything but this. It was like she was a kid all over again, with the trees brushing against the windows, forming scary figures she used to think were under her bed. Her heart pounded in her chest. It was bad enough she was with Gavin, the stranger with messy chestnut locks with a disarming smile. The two had met at Ivywood University's library, where he was selecting a book to read from the rows of books on the bookshelf facing him. Being a redhead herself, she suggested Anne of Green Gables, one of her favorite childhood classics. Looking back on her life, she always found books a comfort whenever life got too stressful. Gavin took her suggestion with a smile, asking for her name along with her number. Of course, she wasn't going to make things that easy for him. She had some dignity to maintain after all. And now that dignity she was trying to hold on to would come crashing down, all because of some stupid childhood fear. Hey, Gavin's soft voice called through the thunder. Are you okay? Nessa could only give him a small nod. Yeah, I'm fine. Obviously you're not. he said in an exasperated voice. Or was it concern? The stupid darkness made it so hard to see his facial expressions. The sound of Gavin shuffling through something made its way to Nessa's ears. I've got a scented candle we can use. I just have to get the matches. Nessa's eyes adjusted to the darkness as she tried to figure out the logistics of how that would work. If we end up dying because you're trying to match a candle, I'll haunt your soul for all eternity. Gavin let out an amused scoff. How can you haunt my soul if you're dead, Spitfire? Nessa's cheeks burned as she considered how illogical the scenario sounded. Oh, shut up, Gav. Already on a nickname basis, love? I'm flattered. He laid a hand on his chest. From the way you were playing hard to get earlier, I assumed you weren't interested in me. Maybe I just like the thought of a guy chasing me for once. Did you ever think of that? Nessa let out a relieved sigh as the smell of pumpkin mixed with cinnamon wafted through the air. Is that so? Gavin asked, tilting his head as he set the scented candle down and made his way over to Nessa's side. In that case, may I kiss you, Nessa Hendricks? A pleasurable shiver made its way down Nessa's back at the way he said her name with longing. Nailed it. Loved,
Nice.
loved. Okay, let me throw up some comments for Joanne. I love the characters. I loved it all. Okay. Fan fiction. Oh, we got 544 words. Way to go.
Yeah.
Katie and baking puns. I need some of those. Joanne's got those because she's got them bacon love books. Thanks for coming. You're wonderful. You're getting all the laughs at the nicknames and the snark back and forth, which I felt and loved. Yes, so cute. Shiver down the back, right? I liked that too. Where are we going with that? Give us that scene, Joanne. Loved it. Okay. So, do you want to read first?
Sure.
Hit us.
Wind whipped in howling gusts around the razor corners of the buildings, torrents of rain pelting against the rattling window glass. My breath caught as the warm beacon of the street lamp winked out, as did the clock on the microwave we had snuck into the college dorm. Power outage. Serena whimpered in her sleep. Her bed was across the room on the other side of her desk. I pulled out my phone and looked at the time. 1 a.m. I should probably turn it off to save battery in case the power stayed out. No, please. Serena sounded so pitiful. My heart reached out to her. Maybe I could soothe her? Reaching for the lighter on the desk, I lit my balsam Christmas tree scented candle. The dancing flame cast a cheery glow, the smell comforting. I slid from my bed and crossed over to Serena. Her face was so beautiful, even when scrunched from a nightmare. I had dreamed of touching her hair since the day we both moved in. Maybe I could touch it now? With a slightly shaky hand, I reached out and touched her long black tresses. The silky strands slid through my fingers, leaving tingles in their wake. Shh, it's okay, I whisper, continuing to stroke her hair. The crease between her eyebrows softens, her bald hands relaxing on the pillow near her face. I wished I could trace her palm, slide my fingers along her own. The wind gave an ear-piercing shriek, nearly drowning out the cracking of wood outside. Ah! Serena screamed, sitting upright. Startled, I take a step back, hands up in surrender. What? What's going on? She asked. Power's out. You were having a nightmare. I turned to go back to my bed, but her fingers loosely grip around my wrist. Stay? Her voice is soft and quiet, as if scared I'll deny her. My heart flutters as I look back at her. The art student who always wore Victorian nightgowns was stunning in the candlelight. It was as if we were transported to another time, a place where we were all that existed, and modern life and problems could not touch us. Of course, I whisper back. She scoots farther up the bed, sitting cross-legged, making room for me. Her bed is warm and colorful, all blocks of different fabrics of various bright patterns and textures, stitched together with an eye for design I could never develop. She reached over me, pulling the blankets and duvet over our laps to keep us warm in the storm. The scent of her lilac shampoo settles over me as we sit shoulder to shoulder. You were playing with my hair, weren't you? She asked. It's what my mother used to do, and my old girlfriend. My heart fluttered. So I do have a chance. My fingers itched to touch her again. Any part of her. Can I read your palm? I asked. She blinked, but smiled. Sure. Her hand was warm and soft in my own. Fingers long and slim, nails short from biting, but I found it endearing. Reverently, I traced over the lines in her palm, gently gliding the tips of fingers over each raise and indent. You have a long lifeline, I said, and no major heartbreaks in the future caused by jerks. She giggled slightly, the sound making me smile. Ah, you've got a secret admirer, I told her. You can tell here by these two lines crossing. I traced them repeatedly. Who? She asked. Well, if someone's heart line lines up with your own, it's destiny. I look into her dark eyes and see a glint I can't quite place. Will you see if yours matches? She asked. My breath catches. I really do have a chance. Praying to every god I've ever heard of, I line my hand up with hers. It's a match, she says, and leans in, claiming my lips with her own.
That's great. I love that. Okay, I'm going to read you some feedback. I love that, Laura. I love that voice for you. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Lilac shampoo, lovely. The details were solid. Loved them. Old girlfriend, palm reading, which I did agree with Stephanie, who says a minute later. Joanne loves it. Good reason to touch. Like, good excuse to be touching. Screaming. So good. Agree. I know. Right? Love it, Laura. Okay. I had Labyrinth send it to you. So JC gave us So Good. Thank you, JC. Good to see ya. I had Labyrinth go to you, and then I'll read mine, and then you can read that one, and then we'll go into the last prompt.
Sounds good.
If we don't wear you out, because you have things to do, so I don't want to keep you too late. All right, are you ready? What do you mean he went down on you on the way to camp? This camp? Like where we are now? Trina asked, looking befuddled. I know. Trust me, no one can eat me out like Vivi, I replied. For fuck's sake, do I have to get every gory detail? Trina shifted nervously from foot to foot before moving to the couch. The lightning flashed with about a 10-second delay before the thunder clapped back. The storm was still a way off, but was barreling towards them. Rain began to fall in sheets, and winds howled like a freight train. The lights flickered, but stayed on. Sex isn't gory, Trina. You're going to love it. I bet you're a freak in bed. Trina covered her face with her hands to cover the ruby hue that had taken hold of her face. I'm sure I'll think it's great when it's time. I just don't think this is something that we should be talking about. Charge your phone in case we lose power. This was the only part of Trina that turned me off. Her inability to tap into her sexual side just screamed insecurities and a fear of her own vagina. I fucking love my muff. What's not to love? But that just isn't my vibe or what I'm trying to attract. Bang out at band camp? Yes. Date? No. Okay, Grandma, are we comfortable calling them girly bits? Have you ever looked at yours? I asked, full well knowing the answer. The lightning outside was so bright it lit up the entire room, and the bang of thunder followed within just a second. The lights flickered, but stayed on. I'm not a grandma. I'm not telling you whether I have looked at my girly bits, Trina said, just before the next crack of thunder, the flash of lightning, and the power going out. I sat in the dark for a few minutes, hoping they would come back on. We should find a candle and a mirror so you can finally see your vag. See, Stephanie shouldn't hear that at church camp. So anyway, I'm working on writing more saucy stuff so I can write boy sex. So here we go. So you guys are going to be my practice runs for the next few weeks. Thank you. Okay. That was it. That was what I could push out between tacos and not church camp. I know. I know.
Stephanie, well, that was a start.
I know. Yeah. Well, yeah, I came out hot. I didn't have much time. I was trying to catch up because I ate for a while.
How dare you?
So
have sustenance.
I know. How dare I come straight from work? Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. So, yay. Okie dokies. So you have Labyrinth, and then we've got one more prompt we're going to bang out. And I will let you do the timers this time so people don't get added to death while we're on it. Sorry.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
With a crack and a mighty thud, it sends our entire block into darkness. Great. Not a good time for it to go when I'm in the middle of writing my book with the only scented candle in the entire place, and I have it. Another thud broke me out of my glee with loud cursing comes running down the narrow halls of our modest-sized place. I guess we can call this the stupendous calamity of 1990 all over again. They burst through the door of my little nook office. Where in the hell is all the candles, Michaela? He kept chiding me over that and everything else he'd finally thought up. When the particular sentence sent the stress ball that was still in my hand flying as it bounced off everything, I ducked and crawled practically out of the room as he continued on. I mean, we go through candles quicker than the wait line at the DMV. What gives? Hey, maybe you should work there. We'd all get out of there faster. As I crushed the stress ball in my hand, trying to keep a lid on, not visibly showing the pissed off facial expression that would rival the meanest feral cat. All the while, my mind goes down a list of at least 50 or more ways to either lose him or bury him. Alive or dead. Could be dead by the rate he's going. The power better come back soon, or one of us is going to be screaming like a girl. But, do I want to take the risk either way? I mean, I don't think I'd look all that pretty in one of those orangey jumpsuits, as it more than likely would clash with my scarlet red hair after all. We attempt to make amends over the stupid candle, since he does like the scent of pumpkin pie. The smoke from the candle wafted my direction, which led Eric to lean in towards me, eyes closed like he's in Nirvana or something. I swayed the other way as I swatted him away from me like an annoying fly. Where I stood up, quickly brushing past him towards the kitchen. When he asked what I was going to do, reminding me I can't even use the coffee machine, which actually wasn't the thing I'd been heading for. As my small frame reached over the fridge into the cupboard, retrieving the hidden bottle of vodka. I had kept away from him in just such emergencies until thought as I took a quick swig of it before he finally came into the kitchen. Yes, a power failure qualifies as an emergency, especially when you have a roommate like him, and after a little, as I still clutched the bottle in my hand, serenity took effect, even though it's a light drunken state. Thankfully, I still didn't give a crap what he was saying, at least until the next morning, when I woken up and realized that not only is the power restored, something else malfunctioned, and it's not a good thing that I can't remember as held my head. He waltzed in with a smirk that made my hangover even worse. Sigh. Okay, fine, I like the guy. For now, at least.
Loved it. Okay, I'm going to put up some comments because so true. First of all, autumn vibes are strong with everyone picking the autumn themed. Yes. Feral cat, stupendous calamity of 1990. Relatable. Yes, vodka, excellent choice. I know, right? Well, are clearly all ready for sweater weather. True. And Gwenna, hi friend and baby. Yes, so good. Love the ending with a drunken hookup. Who hasn't been there before? I guess Laura's like probably not me, but for most people that are slutty like me, it's happened once or twice. Okay, I loved it. Thanks, Labyrinth. Nailed it. Did anybody else have submissions? Let me check real quick. Nope, we're good. We're caught up in my inbox. So, dear friend, what are you choosing as our second from our previous two that we didn't get to?
We actually had 3 previous ones we didn't get to.
Oh, do we really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so let me delete that one. Next one shall be... this one. We must be time-crossed lovers, they say, holding you close. Always the right person, never the right moment. Next time, I promise, you whisper into their chest.
Mm. Mm.
So, right person, wrong time.
Right person, wrong time. So happily for now is what we're aiming towards. Do they have to be together at the end, or is it better if they're not?
I don't know. Is it a reincarnation thing or is it a one life thing?
Yeah, what if you time jump?
Is it a time travel thing?
This one's fun. Okay. Stretch, everyone. Get some water. Hydrate. You're going to have a few minutes at the beginning to have a quick tinkle. Laura's pulling up the timer. How much time do we want? Giving me pain and no comfort. I love it. Good. If it's scary, write it. Star-crossed lovers, always the right person, never the right moment. I feel like this calls for like an epic something happening in the background. I don't know what it's going to be yet. And then I got to figure out an idea. Guess we're angsty. Yeah, we are going angsty. It's very Alanis in the 90s, speaking of the 90s and calamities. What if they meet during different timelines? Oh, very like Lake House, kind of. This might be hard. Yes, Dolores, this one's going to be tricky. Where one of them could die at any given moment. Ooh. Is it a he's single and she's taken or vice versa?
Up to you.
What if they're both taken? I thought a lake house too, Jesse. Lovers. Time crossed. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. People got their juices juicing. So the first time we see in the timer is the one we will, or in the timer, in the chat, will be the one we use for our last sprint while we write to the last prompt before bed. Because we're old. Well, I'm old. Laura still has time. Young. Oh, girl, I'm going to send you some Ko-fi money. If this is for me, 35 is the minutes. I thought she was guessing my age. Katie Ann, I almost sent you money on Ko-fi. I was like, girl, I am in my 40s. Let me send you some cash. 35 it is. That was good.
Why are you spinning?
It's thinking.
Whatever. Okay. Definitely a rage for sure.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I'm a loser. I know. For sure. Okay. All right, let's do this. We must be time-crossed lovers, they say, holding you close. Do we have to keep the they, or can we, or was that there to keep our minds open?
Yeah, just keep you open.
Okay, keep me open. All right, I'm ready.
3,
See you on the other side of 35.
2, 1, go.
I finished.
Yay!
Do you care if let's see. Okay, so how did you do? How did it go?
Good.
Good. Did you finish? Did you get like an arc, or did you stop in the middle? No. Okay. Okay. Okay.
617.
Oh, nice. Okay. I landed the plane with the. That's why I took prompt down because I was being lazy and copy paste. Landed the plane with the last line, although I changed one little bit of it to fit my story. Are you loving your story? Are you liking it? How are you feeling? Tell me all the things.
It's fun. It's definitely different. It's a little Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, who doesn't love Doctor Who? I had to throw this up there because you're right. I know. I suck. Mine is understandable. It was. It was great. You did great. Okay. Received an email from. Oh! Regina sent me some fanfic she used to write that was so good. It looks like someone else just reached out about it.
Is that like this uncle?
Hi, Margaret. Oh, yes. Well, wait. Yes.
Yeah.
It's on TV. Is that DVD?
Yeah.
No way, Regina. Yes. Oh my gosh, you should give it to Laura. She would love it. Oh, yay. Steph sent a story. Okay, that's what I was going to say. Folks, send your stories if you want your stories. Oh, good. Okay, Joanne sent
I've
me
never
one.
seen the TV show. I've only seen the movie.
Oh, okay. The TV show I watched on Nick at Night as a kid. So there's a okay. Okay, Katie Ann pulled a bit from another thing I wrote because this prompt reminded me of these two characters I've been writing with, and I couldn't resist. I love that.
Nice.
Joanne got 331 and mailed it to me, so we have it. I actually had a close to the story this time. Yay, Dolores! If you want to join us, let me know and I'll send you the link. Or send it to us. Either way. 350, but nothing to submit. That's fine, Gwen. No rules here. It's Florida. Margaret sent an IG. I got it. Yes, but the original TV, not the movie. Okay. Yeah. The fiction's based on the TV show, but still, you would love it. Yes, Nick at Night. Anybody remember that? Is that even a thing anymore? I don't know.
We had TV Land.
Oh, is that what
That's
they bring?
That's how we watched Get Smart and Bonanza and Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, no worries. You got 12 minutes. Laura will read. I will read. We've got 2 other stories ahead of you. We'll put Dolores joining us last, and then you can close out the show if we don't get any others. Laura, did you get any others besides the 2 that I mentioned came? Katie Ann sent one. Woot.
I haven't gotten any.
Oh, I'm going to share with you then. Let me share. Let's see. I'm going to send you. Okay, wait. I'm not going to send you Stephanie's just in case it got spicy. Because I don't want you to be like, don't do that to me. Okay, Laura Nettles. There is Katie Ann's. I'm going to let you read Katie's. And then we've got Joanne's and Stephanie's and our own. And then Dolores will join us. So do you want to lead? Oh, it's not spicy. Maybe teary. Oh, do you want to read Steph's and I can read Katie Ann's? Doesn't matter.
I'll read Katie's.
Okay, cool. I was like, both are going to be great. Love Nick at Night, not spicy, maybe teary. Okay, so do you want to read your own? Do you want to read other people's? How do you want to start?
I'll read mine.
Okay.
It's not spicy at all. Well, a little, I guess. Okay, scrolling back.
Oh, okay. Hey, let's do a warning. Do you want to switch?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
I recognize him from his scent, sandalwood and ginger, mixed with something that always clings to time travelers, is reminiscent of infinite possibilities, of saccharine happily ever afters and bitter despairs. Humphrey, I call. The man in a suit pauses, then turns to look at me with his soulful eyes. Ramona. My name falls from his lips like candied sugar petals, sweet and delicate. It sends tingles along my body just as the sound of it. The man out of time walks towards me, arms encircling me in an embrace I wish would go on forever. We must be time-crossed lovers, always the right person, never the right moment. His breath caresses my hair as his hands hold me firm. Next time, I promise, I say into his lapels. Between one breath and the next, he's gone. I try to go about my daily life, but my mind continually slips to Humphrey, the man who walks through timelines and ages past and future, the man with eyes that have seen the universe form and collapse, eyes that see me for who I really am, and still accept me. From time to time, I try to communicate with him, leave him messages in the places we have met before, or broadcast our favorite songs on radio frequencies no one else uses. Moonlight Serenade spins on the record player as I dance alone in my apartment. If I close my eyes and dream hard enough, I can almost feel his shoulders under my hands, smell that sandalwood and ginger and something special. But it's just me, alone, swinging in time with the trumpets and saxophones. I open my broadcast on the radio frequency to play Blue Moon, but someone is already broadcasting a message. Ramona, Ramona, meet me where you lost your scarf. The message repeated. Humphrey's voice quavered in the recording. Was he in pain? Should she bring a first aid kit? What could her little 1926 first aid kit do to a time traveler? She grabbed her coat and fled her apartment, making her way to the subway line. 3 stops. She only needed to go 3 stops. Yet with each creak and jolt of the subway car, she feared she was already too late. What if he was bleeding out, or had been broadcasting the message for hours and had to leave for his own time again? 2 stops to go. More people crowded into the car, jostling her to the opposite side of the doors. 1 stop to go. A homeless man begged her for change before moving along down the car. Finally, her stop. With grabbed at her hat and hair, she ran to the cinema she had watched the Phantom of the Opera and lost her scarf, only for it to be picked up by the man of her dreams, a fellow lover of Lon Chaney. The lit-up marquee came into view, showing the titles playing, The General, as well as The Scarlet Letter. And there, leaning against a light pole, was a sunny Humphrey. His shoulders were hunched slightly, in a suit a bit worse for wear. Ramona shook the pavement as she ran to him. "You're here," she called. "Are you all right?" He looked up, and her breath caught. His eyes were completely black. "I need true love's kiss to break the curse," he whispered. "I don't." She crashed her lips to his, kissed him over and over, taking in his lower lip and whining as he deepened the kiss in return. Strength returned to his trembling hands as he pulled her in close. "Ramona, Ramona," he whispered between each meeting of their lips. "You came." That's it.
I loved that. That was really, someone else said the word epic, but yes, it was. For a short story, it was. Such good description of time travelers, obsessed. Ooh, says JC. Candied sugar petals. I did like that. Yes, epic, but intimate. Yes, yes, yes. I love the anticipation of the subway ride. Yes, that was good. Woo! Okay, you're getting all the, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good, good, good. You called, I know. Okay, all right. This one is straight to you from Joanne, and then Laura will read Katie's, or I'll jump in there and read. We'll just see. So here we go. Joanne's. Thick, sooty columns of smoke rose from the trees, blotting out the sky. Tiwa couldn't believe her luck. One moment, she and her friends were laughing together, enjoying the campfire crackling in the midnight air. The next, they were fighting for their lives, trying to escape a forest fire someone caused by throwing away a discarded lit cigarette. I knew there was a reason I hated nature, Tiwa muttered under her breath as she looked over the tall trees obscuring her view. They couldn't have gone far. The scratchy pain in her throat grew as she covered her mouth, trying to keep her breathing to a minimum. Where were Aiden and Darcy? They should have been here with help by now. Her breathing grew more rapid as thoughts of her family came to her mind. She should have stayed at home. She shouldn't have come to this stupid camping trip. At least Lydia and Xavier were home, safe and sound. Aiden, Darcy, Tiwa called out in a frantic plea as the air grew too thick to see through. Over here, a male voice called out at her left. Tiwa's ears perked. No, wait, that couldn't be right. She stepped back as orange flames licked the undergrowth and consumed all the trees. There was no way anyone was alive with the fire spreading so rapidly. She slowly turned around, recognizing the voice she grew to know so well. Aiden! Tacking him into a hug, her relief turned to shock when she went through him. What the hell? Aiden snapped his fingers, allowing time to stop as Tiwa looked upon the environment with an open mouth. Let me explain. You see, I'm technically the Aiden from the past, so Tiwa made a timeout gesture, stopping him from speaking any further. What do you mean, past, Aiden? Aiden let out a nervous chuckle. Technically. Enough with the technically already, Tiwa snapped, her patience wearing thin. She paused. Oh, I see what this is. The smoke inhalation is clearly messing with my brain. She turned around mid-stride before Aiden grabbed her arm. This isn't a joke, Adelaide. The grave seriousness in his tone made Tiwa stop in her tracks. You've only called me Adelaide when you're serious about something. Aiden nodded. I knew that would get your attention. He took a deep breath. Sit down, he continued in a gentle tone, gesturing to the rock beside Tiwa. Tiwa gave him a slow nod, sitting down on the rock. So, what are you doing here? Aiden looked away. You, me, well, past me and Darcy. He took a deep breath. We weren't supposed to be here. Tiwa's eyes narrowed. What do you mean? Great job, Joanne. Loved it. Yes, everybody was getting. I know it was romantic. I'm gonna give some of your feedback. Okay, starting. Yeah, I love the way you wove backstory and then gave us the arc. Oh, this might have still been for you. Every time you said Humphrey, I thought of Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah.
Yes, romantic. Time traveler's life. I love the lit cigarette. Was it a gender reveal? No, Margaret. No, but yeah, I know that did do one. Ooh, I know. The descriptions were great for the fire. I loved the timeout sign. Same. Nice touch. Where's the rest of it? I need to know more immediately. Lovely. Okay, so do you want to read Katie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Spicy. Get ready to watch Laura squirm.
Oh, gosh. Where did it go?
That's what she said.
There. No. Yes. Okay. Found the right tab. Okay. I'm going to sit up for this.
Yeah, you
Nico
do.
purposely leaves his front door unlocked and the night light on in the hallway. Its soft glow barely peers around the edge of the door, but it isn't for him. He makes a valiant attempt to stay awake, but he's far too tipsy to do anything other than fall into a wine-soft sleep. He doesn't know exactly what wakes him. Perhaps it's the squeak of the door hinge, the scuff of boots, the soft wear of a toe stubbing the hallway table. Regardless, Nico fumbles awake, twisting in the sea of sheets, and he finds a dark figure standing next to a bed. For a moment, he forgets, and he tries to ask who it is, but his tongue is glued to the roof of his mouth. Then the figure is moving, stripping off a coat of some kind, and it lands on the ground with a crinkling slosh. Nico flails his arm out and vaguely smacks around for a lamp. He succeeds in slamming his knuckles against the drawer and groans. Ouch. What the hell are you doing? A familiar voice asks, a laugh hardly concealed in it. Trying to turn on a goddamn light, Nico mutters, rolling onto his bad hip to yank the lamp on by its cords. He is, unfortunately, staring into the light as it does, and he is momentarily blinded. The bed dips next to him and he blinks the black spots out of his eyes. By the time he does, a warm weight has settled over his hips, and fingers are curled around his wrists. Nico stares up at Shea, and for a moment, they simply study each other. It's been about 2 years since they last did this. Although what this is, Nico isn't entirely sure. He doesn't know how to describe it. He knows none of his friends or family understand. They tell him to move on, to find a solid partnership, one that isn't built on a jet-setting, fanciful film director. But Nico is drawn to Shea, always has been. They're twin planets orbiting the same sun, sometimes on opposite sides of the world from each other, but always hooked together. Ever since the pinky promise on the beach too many years ago. That only break your heart. Again. Nico can hear his sister's sigh in his head. Still, as he looks at Shea, he can't find a reason to say no. His hair is longer than before, falling over the back of his neck and curling slightly from the drizzle of rain outside. A dark shadow of stubble traces his sharp jaw, and in the light, his brown eyes are gilded. What? Shay asked softly. Do I have something on my face? He asked teasingly. No, but I think you should, Nico says, tugging one wrist free so he can prop himself up on his elbow. Shay smiles as he dips his head and their mouths move easily. No matter how much time extends between their meetings, it's always familiar and easy. Shay tastes like old coffee and peppermint gum. Nico groans against his mouth as Shay chuckles, tilting his head as the tongue blows along the curve of Nico's lip. He opens to Shay willingly, and then Shay's free hand is cradling his jaw, thumb stroking across his cheekbone. It's more tender than they usually are. It always begins this way, soft and gentle, exploratory as if they're 13 and kissing for the first time under the sway of a pine tree. Except now, it's much better, because they have 22 years to learn each other's bodies and mouths. This is the closest they'll get to admitting, I missed you, to each other. Nico, Shay breathes. He tilts his head to press their foreheads together, and they pant into each other's space. Shay, Nico breathes back. The fingers curled around his wrists tighten. Nico, Shay starts, but Nico kisses him hard, cutting off the words. His teeth scrape against Shay's lip, and he nips, just enough for Shay's breath to catch. Shut up, Nico mutters, looking into Shay's eyes. His pupils are dilated, black swallowing the soft brown, and his mouth is plush and rosy. Not now, he adds, softer than he should. Shay nods. Get out of your traveling clothes. You're dirtying my bed, Nico says, flopping back on the bed and smacking Shay's hip with his free hand. The moment of softness is broken, and it evaporates as quickly as it manifested. Shay laughs and rolls off of Nico and starts stripping. Nico lifts one eye behind his head and watches the expanse of golden skin appear from under the layers of sweaters and turtlenecks to beat back the cold. Muscles shift in Shay's shoulders and back, the slim taper of his waist. Nico tries to bite back his shiver at the sound of Shay's belt unbuckling and sliding down the loops of his worn and faded jeans. Soon, they are gone too, and Shay is left in his black boxers. He turns his back around and holds his arm out, gesturing to himself. Good enough? He asks. Nico lets his eyes wander over Shay's chest, flecked with dark hair and his dusty nipples. He has the faint outline of abs that Nico doesn't remember from the last time they saw each other, but the trail of dark hair that vanishes into his boxers is familiar and mouth-watering. Without waiting for an answer, or taking his ogling into as a confirmation that yes, it is good enough, Shay gets on the bed and crawls toward Nico. How tired are you? Nico asks as Shay leans over him. He lifts his hand and gently twists his fingers in the gold chain around Shay's neck. It was a gift from Nico years ago, a little piece to keep them connected. Nico's initials are etched on the inside. The only thing that marks Shay is his. Nico wonders if he only wears it when he knows he'll see Nico, a token to keep Nico hooked on his string. Not too tired, Shay says coyly, and Nico tugs the chain lightly. Shay dives obligingly down and kisses him again. Good, Nico whispers with a smile before pushing on Shay's shoulders and flipping their positions. Well, even if I was, it seems like you'll do all the work. Shay laughs, and Nico rolls his eyes. He'd make Shay pay for that comment, but it's been far too long since they last saw each other. So he kisses Shay quiet, before getting to work refamiliarizing himself with the edge of his jaw, the sensitive spot below his ear, his collarbones, snaking further and further down. Remember, be quiet, Nico says as he kisses Shay's hip bone. Shay bites into his knuckles. Fuck, he whispers around them. Nico smiles against Shay's skin and gives in to the temptation to devour him. Nico doesn't remember falling asleep. He remembers trying to stay awake even though Shay had passed out. He remembers burning the details of Shay into his mind's eye. Not that much has changed. Now, as the sun slants onto his bed and casts playful fingers on Shay's face, it makes it all the more real that soon, too soon, Shay will be leaving again. For another thrill, another stint to the limelight, Nico tangles his fingers through Shay's and kisses his knuckles. For years, their lives have gone in different directions until they eventually orbit back to each other like comets. So he indulges in kissing Shay's knuckles, his palm, his wrist, places he never wants to forget the feel of. It keeps him from saying those things he shouldn't, because right now he has Shay, and he's going to enjoy every moment, even if it's only for a few. This time, it's only overnight. Shay is putting on his coat slowly, a steaming travel cup on the dining room table. It's one he brought with him because he claims Nico makes him the best coffee. Not good enough to stay for, but good enough to take with him. Nico clenches his jaw and shoves his glasses further up his nose. He tries to distract himself by thinking of all the papers he has to grade later. We must be time-crossed lovers. It sounded from like a line from one of Shay's cheesy movies, one of the ones from early in his career. Yet Shay says it so earnestly that Nico can't even laugh at him. It stings more this way, especially as Shay's dark eyes land on him, pleading with Nico. Please, understand. Always the right person, never the right moment, Nico says dryly. He tries not to make it sound too bitter, but it's impossible. Not when he's too cold, in his loosely tied robe and boxers. Not when Shay is dressed and almost halfway out the door. Next time, I promise. Shay flashes him a smile, one that crinkles in the corners and makes his eyes glint. Nico knows Shay believes it, but Nico has always been the realist. This relationship is nothing more than a few nights in a few years, secret and fleeting. Shay doesn't kiss him as he leaves. It's a promise for next time. Shay said that once. I'll always come back for one last kiss. This isn't goodbye. Against his better judgment, Nico believes him.
Wow.
Nice.
That was so good, Katie Ann. Hi, Dolores. How are you? We're going to give a little quick love to Katie Ann in that story. Wowza, bagowza. I loved it. Yes, that had me all in my feels. Lots of places, and Laura said fuck.
I did.
That was so great. Like, there are some crazy talented folks. Oh, hi, beautiful friend. How are you, Esther? Good to see you. Very toxic, but God, I loved it. And yes, it was steamy, Katie Ann. Wowza. Loved the steam. Loved it.
Yeah. So
wonderful.
I didn't die.
You didn't die. You didn't die. It was a little bit. It was like a level what? 7, maybe 6? No, 6, probably 5.
6.
Yeah.
6, 5.
So it was a medium salsa. It was good. It was good. Welcome, Dolores. How are you?
Yes. I'm all right. Been
Good.
a tough week, but I'm enjoying this.
Thank you for coming. I always love having you. Thank everybody for coming and all the great, amazing stories. Dolores, would you give a little intro? Let folks know where they can find you, what's going on with you, and then give us your story.
Okay. So I'm Dolores Medill. I write sci-fi, romance, science, fantasy, romance, mixed thingy, but also erotica. I'm planning to have a Vela out in November. That's going to be mostly fantasy erotica with like a tiny bit of sci-fi because it takes place in the future. But yeah, and I also do gaming on an uncut channel, and sometimes we talk about gaming writing, but it's mostly just chill, like, because we need a break. And
Yeah.
sometimes there's books in the games, and I gush, and yeah, it's awkward. There's an awkward TikTok out there on a Pokemon game.
Well, tell us about the prompt inspired you. You were feeling it. Are you giving us like sad vibes, happy vibes? Where are we going to end?
So it's it ends happy, but it's definitely the beginning is sad, and I will put out like a content warning. Not that there's anything graphic necessarily, but I do talk about death.
Go for it. It's the After Dark episode.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Everyone always talked about gods and their powers. We too believed in them, that we were, but we were just some butt of a joke, and that's why we kept reincarnating. Why? We always just miss each other. One of us an old person meeting the other just as they joined society as a young thing. There was that time we met during war. I was a military nurse, and they my patient, and I could do nothing as they bled out from wounds waiting for surgery. I could do nothing as I watched from my perch on a building, finally seeing them, the officer coming into the hostage situation at a bank, and this time they were holding my body, waiting off the blood, trying to keep me alive till the ambulance arrived. But alas, like always, we were pulled apart from each other. So rarely did we marry others, as we were always searching, hoping this time would be the time. What are you thinking about? They asked. Remembering all the times we met and died? I think this is the longest we've been together. This will be the time. I know it will be. And either way, I now have the ability to heal you. I won't let you die, my flower. You can heal me, but if it's a fatal wound, there's nothing you can do about it, Ray. I know they have a different name. I mean, most names of the Ascar are hard for humans to say, but they will always be my Ray. This time is different. I know it is. I will not die early or be separated. We will die in our bunks as old beings after living a long life loose. They took my hand in their smaller ones, skin now tinged lilac like the rest of the Ascar people. We will live longer. You will live longer than me, I say, my voice cracking. I can't help the tears welling in my eyes. It doesn't matter. I promise. We will die together on our own terms. I don't know what we did for the universe to have it out for us, but this time it is different. I lean forward so my head is resting on their chest. I can hear the 2 heartbeats clear and strong. My own single heartbeat is strong, but my lifespan is shorter. This is still a cruel joke. Don't lose hope, Flower. We will get off this rock of a planet and do whatever you want. Their hand runs down my hair and down my back, soothing me like they have done before. We can settle on some planet far from the stupid arguments of our people. We can get a ship and just cruise the galaxy. They lift my face so I can see into their coal-colored eyes. Besides the name they had for me, their eyes, even if they are more coal than normal, those dark eyes are the same. We can even start a family if you still want, like we discussed at one point. They smile, though just like mine, I'm sure, is tinged with sadness as our pasts weigh heavy on us. I am convinced our biggest problem was we tried to save our kingdom when they were not worth saving. We did not make sure we were number 1. Now it is our turn. These people can figure it out themselves. We are not even the heirs. It's our turn to be happy, to be the first priority. I nod, and with the same thought, we both lean in and kiss like we've been doing it for years, because even if it is the first time in these bodies, their kiss is always the same, safe and perfect.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
You took me on such a journey.
I love it.
I did too. I loved it.
Caught me off guard with the nurse and the bleeding out and
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Loved. You got lots of like sniffs. My family be crying. Yes, you're getting all the love. Yes. GIF for I'm gonna cry. Yes. Last line gave all the feels. That was so good. Love.
Thank you.
Doris, that was awesome. Please keep coming back. Come back and play with us in the sandbox. Where can people find you?
So all my socials are just my name with the little bottom line in the bottom.
Yeah.
But if you want to catch my streams, it's on Dolores Modell Uncut on both YouTube and Twitch. So though I'm slowly moving to YouTube because me and Twitch have issues, but
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm always here. I'm not a Twitch girl either. So you and me hanging out at the non-Twitch table.
Yes.
Coming back, I love your stories. You are wicked talented. Come play with us anytime. And remember, Friday nights are spicy as you want to be. So come on by.
It's actually nice the last few times doing something more sweet because I'm like hardcore trying to finish this erotica, and it's like
a nice
every other chapter. So it's like nice to be like, oh yeah, I can write something that doesn't have a penis involved.
We love to help accommodate the no penis night, the meat free night, the vegetarian night, if you will.
Should we
Come
go
back.
pescatarian and bring in the fish people?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Okay.
I worked on The Shape of Water.
A little palate cleanser.
I saw that. Yeah.
if you
Exactly.
will. Oh, I'm loving it. Well, thank you for coming, Dolores, and come back again soon.
Yeah.
Bye, friend. Okay, I sent Stephanie's to Laura. I'm going to read real quick, and then Laura will read Steph's, and we'll be out. Did you get any more that I'm unaware of? Are we good? Is that yes? No?
I think that's it.
That's it? Okay, cool. I'm going to read, and then you read Steph's. Okay. First was the light from the blast, the pulse that felt like a wave at high tide, and then the ringing in his ears that muted everything else around him. Danny pushed his elbows downward behind him in an effort to get back to his feet. Where was Rami? He had to find him. His lungs burned, probably a result of the explosion. Danny scanned the street looking for where Rami had landed. Panic was setting in when he felt someone interlace their fingers with his. I'm fine. You're fine. We have to go, now. Rami shouted while pulling him towards the road outside the restaurant. We just survived an explosion. I'm nowhere near a place I would call fine. We're breathing. Look around. Not everyone is, Rami replied coolly. He was right. Several of the patrons at the front of the cafe lay strewn about the room, some with limbs missing and others so deformed by glass and debris that only DNA could identify them. Danny felt the acidic bile rising from the depths of his gut only a moment before he vomited. Rami wrapped his arm around him and led him to the street. Looking both ways, he kept dragging Danny behind him until they were a block from the detonation site. Then he stopped, before engulfing him in one of his signature bear hugs. Danny slid his hand up past Rami's chest, around his shoulder, and rested it behind his neck. He pulled his head down until their lips crashed into one another. Their bodies pressed together so tightly Danny thought they might become one. His heart was beating so hard he figured Rami could hear its rhythm. All too soon, Rami pulled back. Only after their embrace ended did Danny hear the buzzing of a phone. Hey, babe, Rami said in a different tone. I'm fine. I was near the area, but I'm fine. I'll be home to get you in a half hour. Get packed. It just isn't safe here anymore. He hung up the phone and put it back in his pocket. Danny wasn't sure whether he was going to throw up again or not. Was this real life? Was this his life? I have to go. Do you? Danny asked, the tears stinging his cheeks that had moments before been warmed by the blood supplied by the first, and likely last time, the love of his life had kissed him in public. Yeah, I do. She's my wife, Danny. I said vows in front of God and my family. We must be time-crossed lovers, he said, pulling Danny close. Always the right person, never the right moment. Maybe next time, Danny whispered into his chest. That was it. Thanks. Sorry. Kind of ended on a sad moment.
Katie, no, you're killing me.
I don't know. That's all I had. Okay. Thought I'd bring it down a little. Okie dokie. So.
Dolores is like, oh no, don't leave.
I know, but that's where I was going.
I don't want this to end. They belong together.
Yeah.
Rip my heart out of my chest.
I know.
Y'all are trying to kill my hormonal ass with this angst.
It was angsty.
And I love it.
Everyone wrote to it. Okie doke. Steph, I think, is our final act.
Labyrinth is sending theirs to you.
Yay. Okay, good. I'll look. Okay, perfect. Oh, I got it. Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
I remember the day you left like it was yesterday. I stood on the front porch as you got in the car and drove down my parents' winding gravel driveway and disappeared from my sight. You were going to tell your parents that we were getting married, and I begged you to go with it. Next time, I promise, you said to me. You weren't sure how they were going to react to the news, so I stayed and celebrated with my mom. Oh, the next time never came. After you left, I felt a pit in my stomach. Something was very wrong. 2 hours later, when you hadn't returned, I got worried. I sat on the porch waiting for you, only for you never to come back. I knew something terrible had happened when I saw the familiar flashing lights of a police car kicking up dust from the driveway as it came near my house. I stood on the porch as the police car stopped. Jeremy was the local police chief. We'd gone to high school together. What happened, Jeremy? Where is he? My voice sounded like a frog was in my throat. Tears were already streaming down my face. Sarah, he's gone. He and his dad were fighting, and something happened. I don't think you need to hear all the details. They're pretty bad. Jeremy walked up the porch and hugged me. By the time I got there, he was already gone. There was nothing we could do. I sobbed into Jeremy's chest for what seemed like an hour. He didn't budge, stroking my back and offering soothing words periodically. I ended up marrying Jeremy. He kept coming by for weeks, which turned into months. He always said he was just checking up on me. But one day, as we sat on the porch steps, he told me he would fallen in love with me. I'd fallen for him too, truth be told, but my heart was still wrapped up with you. Jeremy still kept coming. He stopped by on Sunday nights, claiming to be there for Mama's cooking, or on Tuesday nights because that was when I got home from work late and he wanted to make sure I made it okay. He kept going like this for a year, then 2. Every 3 months, Jeremy would remind me that he loved me, and I would smile, butterflies taking hold of my stomach, never giving in, because giving in meant letting go of you. Finally, after 2 years, about 3 months after Mama died, I said yes. I told Jeremy that I'd marry him, and he drove me straight to the courthouse. We started our family that very day. You were always in the back of my mind, though. Jeremy knows that. He knew it then, and he knows it now. He knows he'll never be able to truly say goodbye to you. He knows he'll never really be able to let go of what we had. And he's okay with that. Once in a while, he asks if I'll ever love him as much as he loves me. He knows the answer is no. Losing you was the hardest thing I have ever experienced, Luke. I just keep coming back to that night. What if I had gone with you, or been with you? Could I have stopped the fight from happening? I saw your dad the other day. He's still in prison, but I wrote a letter to the governor to help him get released. I know he didn't mean to hurt you. I know he definitely didn't mean to kill you. Anyway, I just had to come here and say my piece. I don't think I'll be back for Jeremy's sake. He's a good man and a great father. You were my best friend, Luke. You were the man I knew I was supposed to be with. You were my everything for so long. But now, I have to say you are my past. We spent so much of our lives together. You hold all of my firsts. My first kiss, my first love, my first time, my first heartbreak. And there's a next time for everything. Luke, and my next time is with him. Are you ready, hun? This is the man who consoled me in my darkest hour, who stayed with me for weeks, months, even years. This is the man who I trusted with my deepest gut-wrenching thoughts. This is the man who I'm meant to be with. Yeah, let's go. I kiss my fingers and hold it out to your grave. I turn around, walking stride for stride with Jeremy. I look down at the ground and then over my shoulder for the slightest of seconds. It's time to look forward and keep moving to the future. I slip my hand into Jeremy's as we walk away from this place, from this moment in time where I thought next time would never come again.
Stephanie.
Rip my heart out, why don't you?
Yes, you guys are just killing me. Trauma. Yes, face purple crying, right? Heart-wrenching. I'm so upset. I've already cried once today. I didn't need to cry more. I adore the use of you, letter-like. It makes it so much more impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I know the best way is to break them.
What are we doing to each other?
Wait, what?
Dolores, what are we doing to each other?
I know, right? I know. We are just sitting here crying together. This is beautiful. I love you guys. Oh man, that was so good. Like everybody's just on it tonight. They're killing me with the sad one on the second one. This is a fun thing, Laura. We should do this once in a while. Like toss out something That's not
Melancholic.
necessarily happening. Yeah, maybe not at the end. Maybe we'll switch it. We'll do it at the beginning next time, and then give people a happy ending.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Let me read. Okay, I've got this one. Are you ready, Labyrinth? Here we go. We must be time-crossed lovers, we thought. All the while, it's always the right person, just never exactly the right moment. The biggest cliched thought in the entire world, and it had to happen to us. Next time, I promise you, she's whispering into my chest as she leans against the chasm. Marissa's face glistened from tears streaming down her face as she screamed amidst the starry vortex that separates us. In all the cosmos, why did it have to be us? Why did it have to end up this way? The question swirled from inside this black hole, growing from within my breaking heart. Just as I watched everything slowly fade away behind Marissa. There has to be a way to stop it. She cries as her grasp becomes desperate, as if she could claw her way through the glass of time back into my arms. I tell her we've done everything we can to get her back, but nothing more can be done. We've tried for days, excitedly trying to figure a way through it. There's no way to bring you back, I said. I fear you will remain trapped indefinitely, unless we make another attempt to bring you back home someday. Bring you back into my arms. Don't consider this a goodbye, not even a surrender or death. This is just a setback until the time I've finally figured out how to bring you home. I promise you next time I see you, you will be in my arms at home. As the chasm closed entirely, I uttered, my heart breaks as I come to the realization that I'll never see her again. As I grow older, my time is increasingly limited, as was hers. I'm so sorry, Marissa, for I have failed you. I thought in the hopes she could read my mind from across the galaxy. Whispering, I slumped down the floor and took my final breath. Until we meet again in another world, my beloved. Oh, my God. Oh. Just, oof.
Heartbreaking already.
I know.
Devastating.
Absolutely. I know. Rip your heart out and make us eat it. This is exactly what is so great about romance, a happy ending. Thank you for coming along with us and making us cry.
It's been a blast.
I know. Someone read something happy. Happily ever after. Next time we will. I know we will. I know. We did it a little backwards. Although technically that prompt 100% could have.
Mine was a happily ever after.
We should have read yours last. That's what we should have done. Yours should have been the end. Oh well. How could we know? How could we know? Humphrey Bogart.
I was literally looking up what movies came out in 1925 and 1926.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You lost some time on that. That had to take a second to find your magic. Oh my gosh, this was so great. Laura, you are wicked talented with the prompts. We still have one left in the bank, and I have a couple that I wrote. Oh, two? Okay, cool. I'll write one or two this week, and we'll keep throwing them in the pot. And we'll be here next week, same bat time, same bat place. If you want to join us as a co-host, reach out to us. We're going to try to have a person on each week, maybe two, just depends. Want to focus more on folks coming up and reading their stories and joining us like Dolores did tonight. Stephanie did. But yes, any of you want to join us, reach out to us in our slide into our DMs. And yeah, let's do the thing. I love y'all so much. This is so much fun. Thank you for being patient with me as I was late. Once again, go get your shots, people. It's flu and COVID season, so take care of business.
Taking care of business
every day. Yes. Okay. So Friday nights, you know where to find us. Normally we'll be 7:00. Sorry about being late, but 7 to 10ish, so we won't keep you up so late. And this was amazing. You're all amazing. Let's all go home and cry alone. And well, I guess I've got Ricky, but I may sleep downstairs just to cry alone.
Riley won't let you be alone.
No, she never will. But I will say, see you all on Nia's tomorrow night, Fiction to Fiction, for AuthorTubers React. We are coming back. I can't wait. And it's going to be a ton of fun. Laura, what have you got to promote?
Well, October, I am co-hosting a readathon with Writing Violet called Steinoween, where we will be reading all things R.L. Stein, so Goosebumps, Fear Street, that type of stuff. So I will be doing kickoff reading sprints Sunday, October 1st at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yay.
I have a tin of Goosebumps books. So.
Oh, that's so fun. I put a bunch on my Kindle from the library because they were available. So I got a bunch of Fear Street ones. So I may read with you guys. That sounds like a blast.
I have too many books.
Yeah, go girl. Are you reading one a day? What's the plan?
So I have a tin of Goosebumps books.
That's cool. Love it.
Yeah.
That's
So,
super cool.
be busting into it Sunday.
Yay, can't wait. So Laura's Sunday night at what, or Sunday at 1 Sunday night. Well, I'm old.
It'll be me, Violet, and writing mom Samantha L. Nassett.
Yay! Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. And then Saturday, Nia the Vixen of Fiction hosts at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, AuthorTubers React. Don't miss it. It's going to be fun. And we're going to be talking about all the things. Every Friday night, 7 to 10. This is so much fun. Yes, we love you. It's the best part of my week. It really is. I love hearing your all stories. Everybody is wicked talented. Please come and play with us. We have lots of fun things to do. Have a wonderful rest of your week. The two of us will see you together, same time, same bat place next week. Bye.